Ever wondered about what global issues keep world leaders awake at night? It's a question we should all be asking ourselves. As we navigate our way through the complexities of the 2024 year, it's more important than ever to have a grasp on the pressing issues that are shaping our world. From climate change to technological advancements, these subjects not only affect our daily lives, but they also determine our future. Join us as we count down the top 20 global issues that need our attention in 2024. Starting at number 20, we dive into the world of global challenges. Our first contender is the growing issue of electronic waste. As tech advancements surge, we're left grappling with an ever-growing pile of outdated gadgets. This e-waste not only takes up space, but also leaches harmful chemicals into our soil and water. It's a ticking time bomb, silently ticking away. Coming in at 19 is the lack of affordable housing. Urbanization and population growth are pushing real estate prices up, making it increasingly difficult for many to find a safe and secure place to call home. This issue is not just about four walls and a roof, it's about dignity, security, and community cohesion. At number 18, we have the digital divide. In an age where everything is going digital, from education to healthcare, those without access to the internet are increasingly left behind. This divide is not just geographical, it's also socio-economic, with the less affluent being disproportionately affected. It's a chasm we need to bridge if we are to move forward as a global community. Next, at 17, is the issue of water scarcity. With changing weather patterns and increasing demand, fresh water is becoming a scarce commodity. It's a crisis that not only threatens our survival, but also has the potential to spark conflicts. We need to find ways to conserve and manage our water resources better. Finally, at 16, we have the mental health crisis. Despite growing awareness, mental health issues remain stigmatized and underfunded. This silent epidemic affects millions worldwide, impacting their ability to lead fulfilling lives. It's high time we brought this issue out of the shadows and into the light. These issues might seem far away, but they affect us more than we realize. From the gadgets we use, the homes we live in, to the water we drink and the state of our minds, these are challenges that touch every facet of our lives. They are the ticking clocks of our time, urging us to act before it's too late. Moving on, we delve deeper into the list. At number 15, we have the escalating issue of cyber warfare. In this digital age, it's not just about physical borders anymore. Cyber attacks can destabilize economies, disrupt essential services, and compromise national security. As the world becomes more interconnected, the importance of cybersecurity cannot be overstated. Next, at 14, is the ever-present concern of poverty. Despite the strides we've made, poverty persists, highlighting the glaring inequalities in our societies. It's not just a matter of wealth, but access to basic needs like food, shelter, and education. The fight against poverty is a battle for human dignity, and it's far from over. At 13, we find ourselves grappling with the climate crisis. The Earth's temperature continues to rise, causing extreme weather events and threatening biodiversity. The clock is ticking, and every small change in our lifestyle can make a big difference. It's time we took climate change personally. Entering the top 12, we have the issue of nuclear proliferation. The threat of nuclear weapons has not diminished, but rather evolved. It's not just about who has them, but how they're controlled and regulated. The call for nuclear disarmament is as relevant today as it was during the Cold War. Finally, at 11, we face the global health crisis. It's not just about pandemics, but the overall state of healthcare systems worldwide. Access to quality healthcare is a fundamental right, yet it remains elusive for many. The health of a nation is the wealth of a nation, and it's high time we realized it. These issues are not just numbers on a list, they're real, they're urgent, and they're affecting us all. They demand our attention, our action, and our commitment to creating a better world. As we move forward, let's remember that every issue is a piece of the puzzle that shapes our world. We're halfway through and the stakes are getting higher. Diving into our countdown, at number 10, we find the increasingly prominent issue of digital privacy. In our hyper-connected world, our personal data is often at risk. Whether it's our browsing habits being tracked or our personal conversations being listened to, the erosion of digital privacy is a concern that affects us all. It's a battle between personal security and corporate interests, and it's one that we need to keep an eye on as we move forward. Next, at number 9, we have the issue of economic inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen, leading to societal instability and unrest. It's a complex issue intertwined with politics and policy, but at its core, it's about ensuring that everyone has a fair shot at success. Coming in at number 8 is the challenge of sustainable energy. With the pressing need to combat climate change, the transition from fossil fuels to renewable sources of energy is of paramount importance. It's not just about saving the planet, it's about paving the way for a sustainable future. At number 7, we have the issue of access to quality education. Education is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty and fostering social mobility. However, millions around the globe are still denied this basic right. Addressing this issue is vital to creating a more equitable world. And finally, at number 6, we have the issue of mental health. Often overlooked and stigmatized, mental health is just as important as physical health. With the rise of technology and the pressures of modern life, mental health issues are becoming more prevalent. It's high time that we take this issue seriously and work towards breaking the stigma surrounding it. These issues are not just headlines, they are the reality of our global society. Each one of these challenges requires our attention, our empathy, and our action. As we continue our countdown, let's remember that these aren't just problems to be solved, but opportunities to make our world a better place. As we approach the top, the urgency grows. Buckle up, folks, because we're diving into some heavy hitters now. Coming in at number 5, we have the ever-pervasive issue of information manipulation. In this digital age, the power of information is undisputed. Yet it's not just about access to information, it's about the quality and the intent behind it. We're talking deepfakes, misinformation, and disinformation campaigns, all of which can destabilize societies, influence elections, and even incite violence. It's like playing a game of chess in the dark where the rules keep changing. Swinging in at number 4 is the issue of climate change. A moment of silence for Mother Earth, please. Our planet is heating up faster than a microwave dinner, and the consequences are far from delicious. Extended droughts, catastrophic wildfires, and more frequent and intense hurricanes are just some of the devastating effects. It's a problem that doesn't just affect the polar bears, it affects us all. Now at number 3, we have economic inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor is wider than the Grand Canyon, and it's only getting bigger. The rich are getting richer while the poor are struggling to make ends meet. It's like a game of Monopoly where only one player gets to pass go and collect $200. Just missing out on the top spot at number 2, we have global health crises. The recent pandemic has shown us how interconnected we are and how a health crisis in one part of the world can quickly become a global issue. From disease outbreaks to inadequate healthcare systems, this issue affects everyone, regardless of borders, race, or economic status. So there we have it, 4 major global issues that are as complex as they are critical. But hold on to your hats, because we're not done yet. We're on the brink of revealing the most pressing global issue of 2024. Any guesses? Stay tuned. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. We've journeyed through 19 global issues, each one significant and demanding of our attention. But now we arrive at the most crucial of them all, the number 1 issue that is impacting our world today, climate change. Climate change is not a new topic, but its urgency has reached unprecedented levels. It's more than just warmer summers and colder winters. It's about the very survival of our planet and every living creature on it. Climate change is the driving force behind extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and shifting wildlife populations. It's a ticking time bomb, and it's set to affect every corner of our lives. This isn't just an issue for scientists or politicians, it's an issue for us all. Our daily decisions, from the food we eat to the modes of transport we use, all contribute to the bigger picture. And that picture right now is looking rather bleak. But it's not all doom and gloom. There is hope, and that hope lies in our hands. Climate change has secured the number 1 spot on our list due to its wide-reaching impacts and the urgency with which we need to address it. It's not just about saving polar bears or rainforests, as important as those are. It's about preserving our future, ensuring that our children and their children have a world to call home. So, how can we combat this global issue? It starts with education. We need to understand the science, the causes, and the impacts of climate change. From there, we can make informed decisions about our lifestyle choices, our political votes, and the companies we support. This issue, above all, needs our immediate attention and action. We can't afford to wait another day. It's time to face the reality of climate change, to roll up our sleeves and get to work. After all, there's no planet B. Now that we've counted down, let's take a closer look at the top 3 issues. Firstly, we have climate change, a beast of a problem that's been rearing its ugly head for decades now. It's more than just warmer summers and polar bears on thin ice, folks. It's about the very life systems that sustain us. The solution? Well, it's a multi-pronged approach. We need to shift to renewable energy, adopt sustainable farming, and most importantly, change our consumption habits. Why does it matter? Because if we don't, we're looking at a future with more severe weather events, food shortages, and mass migrations. Next up, we have income inequality. It's like the world's worst game of Monopoly, where a handful of players own all the properties while the rest of us are stuck on Baltic Avenue without a get-out-of-jail-free card. The solution here is complex, but it starts with fair tax systems, access to quality education, and wage fairness. This issue matters because societies with less inequality tend to have fewer social problems and healthier economies. Lastly, let's talk about the digital divide. In an increasingly digital world, access to the internet is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. But many people, especially in developing countries, are being left behind. The solution? Expanding infrastructure, making technology affordable, and improving digital literacy. This issue is crucial because the internet is a powerful tool for education, economic growth, and social mobility. Now you might be thinking, what can I do about these problems? Well, there's plenty. You can vote with your wallet by supporting companies that prioritize sustainability. You can advocate for policies that promote equality and access to technology. And of course, you can spread the word about these issues to raise awareness. Remember, these issues are not just abstract concepts. They're about people's lives. They're about our future. And they're about the kind of world we want to leave for our children. I won't sugarcoat it, folks. These problems are big, they're scary, and they're not going away overnight. But here's the thing. We've faced big problems before. We've eradicated diseases, landed on the moon, and invented the internet. We can do this. So let's roll up our sleeves, put on our thinking caps, and get to work, because these issues are not insurmountable, especially if we tackle them together. Awareness is the first step towards change. A potent phrase, isn't it? But it's not just a catchy slogan, it's a call to action. These words hold power, power that can be harnessed to make a lasting impact on our world. Let's take the issues we've discussed today. These aren't just idle chatter or interesting trivia. They're the pressing concerns of our time, the challenges that define our generation. Whether it's climate change, inequality, or the future of technology, these issues resonate with us all because they touch our lives in profound ways. The great news is you don't need to be a world leader or a billionaire philanthropist to make a difference. Far from it. The power of change lies in the hands of everyday individuals like you and me. It starts with education. Learn about these issues, delve deeper, ask questions, challenge assumptions. Knowledge, after all, is power. But don't stop there. Once you've armed yourself with knowledge, take action. This could be anything from making more sustainable choices in your daily life to volunteering for a cause you care about, to using your voice to advocate for change. It's about doing something, no matter how small it may seem, to make a positive difference. And remember the power of collective action. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. It's the ripple effect in action. Your actions can inspire others, who in turn inspire even more people, leading to a wave of change that can sweep across the globe. This is our call to action. This is our chance to shape the future, to leave our mark on the world. It's a challenge, no doubt, but also an opportunity to rise to the occasion, to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. So what are you waiting for? The time to act is now. Let's make a difference together. Remember, every small step counts in making a global impact. As we conclude this journey through the top 20 global issues of 2024, remember that your role is crucial. Staying informed, staying involved, your actions can bring change. The world doesn't change from the outside in, but from the inside out. Your involvement matters, your voice matters, so let's keep this conversation going. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights into our world. Together we can make a difference. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay aware, stay involved.